Good afternoon. All of us have turned our lights on and off 1,000 times, but have you ever stopped to think on who made this possible? Most of us would think of a man by the name of Thomas Edison, as his group was the first to patent a long-lasting light bulb, but I like to think of a man by the name of Nikolai Tesla. Hi, my name is David Gregorich, and I'm here to inform you about the life of Tesla and how his many accomplishments has made our society what it is today. According to Wikipedia, we know Tesla was born on July 10th, 1856 in Croatia. The Tesla Society of New York informs us that his father was an Orthodox priest and his mother was an inventor in her own right of household appliances. He studied in Prague with an emphasis on physics and mathematics, but became fascinated with electricity in his later years. After graduating from the University of Prague, he started his career as an electrical engineer with a telephone company in Budapest, and this was in 1881. 2 years later, he developed his first prototype of the induction motor that was later successfully tested. And this induction motor ran on AC, or alternating current, that nobody had ever seen before. And we'll talk about AC a little more in detail later. But on this new motor, Tesla couldn't interest anyone in Europe to promote the motor, so in 1884 he accepted a position to work for Thomas Edison in New York. And this was a exciting time for Tesla because his childhood's dream was to move to the US and harness the power of the Niagara Falls. While working for Edison, Tesla's main objective was to improve Edison's electric generators. And these generators of Edison's ran on DC, or direct current power. But Tesla knew that AC was the power of the future. But Edison wasn't going to back down from his DC power because he had a lot of money invested into a DC power system. And this, of course, caused a disagreement between the two men, and this disagreement eventually escalated into Tesla leaving Edison's company and starting his own lab up. And while on his own, Tesla was able to prove that AC was a superior power system than DC. You see, DC only travels in one direction, and it's at a much lower voltage than AC. A DC power system would also require a power plant to be built every 2 miles in order to transport that electricity across the lines. Whereas with an AC system, AC moves at 50 to 60 times per second in both directions. And this is at a much higher voltage than DC. And that higher voltage eliminates the need for all those big bulky power plants and is a much more efficient means to transport electricity across the lines. Now this AC system came to be known as the Tesla system. And this Tesla system is how we receive our power to light our homes and businesses today. And this was a major accomplishment for Tesla, but one of many accomplishments in his life. He received over 40 patents for his Tesla system, but received over 300 patents throughout his life. One of those patents was for the Tesla coil, which some of us may know as a device that had a metal dome on top of it, and that metal dome would shoot lightning rods out the top of it. But the Tesla coils I'm speaking of are much, much smaller, and these smaller Tesla coils are in our radios and television sets of today. Tesla also engineered the first hydroelectric power plant to be built in 1895, and this was at Niagara Falls. So he was able to fulfill his childhood's dream of harnessing the power of the Niagara Falls. We can also thank Tesla for fluorescent lighting, laser beams, and wireless communication. And by wireless communication, I mean Tesla envisioned our wireless world and how that wireless world worked more than 100 years ago. So in conclusion, as you've heard today, that our society and this video wouldn't be possible without the works of this man. According to Life magazine in September 1997, Tesla is one of the top 100 most famous people over the last 1,000 years. but many of us have never even heard of him. So I hope after hearing this video today, the next time you come home and open your garage door with a remote, or turn on your lights that utilize AC power, or send your friend a text message using wireless communication, you'll think of this man, Mr. Nikolai Tesla. Thank you.